Hello friends, I'm Tim Wildsmith, and in this video I'm going to tell you my top 10 favorite Bibles from this year. Okay, last video of the year. Yes, I survived the Christmas Bible giveaway. I have not started shipping out the winner's Bibles yet, but wow, what a great year. Thank you for the love for the giveaway. In particular, this whole month has been crazy. It's the biggest giveaway we've ever done in terms of the number of Bibles, the dollar amount worth of Bibles, and then the views and the comments and the likes and everything is absolutely insane. And then the whole year, this year, the channel grew in incredible ways, and I'm just so grateful to all of you. I also am thankful to all of you who, I have a copy of it right here, all of you who picked up a copy of my book, Bible Translations for Everyone. It came out in November and has been a success to start off. I'm hearing from so many of you who have really loved and enjoyed this book. So thank you to all of you who purchased it. If you have not already, there's always a link in the video description to my book. If you'd like to order a copy and check it out, you can. So this is the last video of the year, and this has become kind of a tradition on my channel where I go through and tell you my top 10 favorite Bibles of the year. I reviewed so many Bibles this year. I want to give a huge shout out to all of the different publishers who sent me Bibles for review. I started this channel 4.5 years ago, a little over 4.5 years ago, because I wanted to check out some Bibles and I wanted to share those with you, and I wanted to help you find a Bible that's right for you. And the fact that these publishers have appreciated my work and helped me do that, helped me share more Bibles with you. And so it's really fun for me to see all of these great new Bibles that are coming out and to be able to share them with you. Another tradition is at the beginning of the year. So next week, I'm going to be releasing the most anticipated Bibles of next year, of 2025 video on my channel. I reach out to all these publishers and say, hey, it's that time of year, send me your list. So they've sent me these lists of all of these different Bibles that are coming out. Y'all, there are some things I was not expecting on these lists. There's a couple of really cool things that I think I'm going to be giving you some breaking news the first week of January about some Bibles that are coming out in 2025. So that will be coming out next week. But before we, and I kind of teased this last week, there's a couple of exciting pieces of information coming out that I'm going to be announcing about my channel and some of the things that I'm working on. New book, maybe some new stuff in the Bible world. I mean, there's some exciting stuff coming. So all of that's going to be coming in January. But before we look forward, we need to look back, think about the year. And so I want to do my top 10 favorite Bibles of this year. Are you ready? Let's do it. Okay, number 10 on my list is the Cambridge NRSVue Popular Text Edition. It came out earlier in 2024 in a hardcover edition, and then they followed it up with this really beautiful leather edition. Nothing like edge-lined, goatskin like over the top, but just a really nice, genuine leather edition of this Bible that turned out great. Now, if you've watched my channel for very long, you know that I am a fan of the NRSV Popular Text Edition from the old 1989 edition of the NRSV. It's one of my favorite Bibles. It's just kind of simple and classic, and they gave it a light refresh with the updated edition, which makes sense. It's called the updated edition. It's got a slightly new typeface, but it's still kind of that standard 2-column, very beautiful edition. Honestly, the NRSVue came out a few years ago, and a few different people have released new Bibles, but they haven't done a ton of new NRSV updated editions, and so it's nice to see a publisher like Cambridge getting in and giving us a really high quality one. I'll be honest with you, I have read the entire NRSV 89. I'm a fan of it. I'm not as much of a fan of the updated edition, and maybe I'll do, if you'd like to see me do a Translation Tuesday video about the updated NRSV, leave me a comment and let me know. There's a few things about it that I'm just not super into, and so I kind of have been just sticking with the 89. But if they're going to update a major translation that millions of people around the world read, I think it's nice for us to have good editions. And so this one from Cambridge, I think, is a really solid option. If you're interested in checking out the NRSVue, or you've already adopted it and you're reading it, I think this is a really good option to have. Simple, clean. Cambridge is a fantastic publisher. So it is number 10 on my list. Okay, for number 9, I'm going to give you 2 for 1. So I'm kind of cheating a little bit here. I'm going to give you 2 different Bibles, but I'm not typically a huge fan of like Bibles that are designed for women or for men. There's some really good ones out there. The first one that comes to mind is She Reads Truth. I think it's a really fantastic Bible. Obviously, I know Amanda and Rachel and the team at She Reads Truth. I think they do a great job. Their He Reads Truth Bible is really great too. But there's a lot of Bibles that are geared towards men and women that I'm not a huge fan of. But this year we had one of each that came out that I think are really great. First of all, the NLT Every Woman's Bible from Tyndale. Very, very great Bible. Becca has been reading from this blue edition and really, really enjoys it. It's just filled with great content from articles and devotionals and stuff that's geared for women to kind of deepen their relationship with Jesus and their understanding of the Bible. I think that's great. Similarly, over here from Holman, the CSB Men's Daily Bible turned out really great. I have spent some time with this one. Again, similar vibe. It's just going to help you engage with the word a little bit more to try to understand it, and it's geared towards men, whereas this one is geared towards women. I think these are both really great options. They both came out this year, and they turned out great. So number 9, a pair of His and Hers Bibles, the CSB Men's Daily Bible and the NLT Every Woman's Bible. Okay, number 8 on my list is the Legacy Standard Bible Personal Paragraph Reference, aka the LSB PPR from Steadfast Bibles, aka 316 Publishing. There's a lot of AKAs happening with the LSB world, but there was a compact edition of the LSB that came out. There's been a thin line edition. There's the handy size edition, but you had something really small or something kind of mid-size. And with the PPR, we got what I would call a true personal size Bible. Not super compact. It's really about the same size as a PSQ from Skylar Bibles, and it looks great. It's a 2-column text, red accents on the page, great set of textual footnotes and everything down at the bottom, cross references. It's fully loaded, and this Bible is a beautiful, beautiful edition. I like to give a shout out to Steadfast when I have the opportunity because I think they've done an incredible job of really putting great editions of the LSB out there. I said this in a video a couple years on my channel when I was kind of doing an overview of the Legacy Standard Bible, and I asked the question, is it here to stay? And the main reason I said I thought it was here to stay is because I thought Steadfast has done a really great job as a Bible publisher. This is another great example. They've filled the gap literally between a compact and a more mid-sized thin line Bible. They gave us a really solid option in a personal size. And so if you love the LSB and you want to take a Bible on the go with you, but it's still readable and it's fully loaded with all the references and everything, this Bible is an absolute home run. The LSB PPR, number 8 on my list. Coming in at number 7 are these new spiral-bound editions of the ESV from Crossway. I guess this is technically 2 different Bibles again, but you have the scripture journals. They've had these for a long time in a regular bound edition, but now they have a spiral bound edition. Now, of course, after Becca and I reviewed these, I heard a lot of people say, those are great if you're right-handed, but if you're left-handed, they're not so great. And I never even thought about that as I was reviewing it, but really cool option for scripture journals that are spiral bound. And then they came out with these, what were these called? The ESV Spiral Bound Journaling Bibles. So a 5-volume for the entire Bible, a much larger set. So this is the entire New Testament in 1 volume. But again, if you want to take notes, if you want to underline, if you want space to write in the Bible, they have lots of line space for this. These turned out really great. They were incredibly popular. I heard from the folks at Crossway that they almost immediately sold out of these because they were not expecting them to be as popular as they were. So these turned out really great. The ESV Scripture Journals and the ESV Journaling, Spiral Bound Journaling Bibles from Crossway are number 7 on my list for this year. Number 6, one of the most recent releases that came out. This is the CSB Oswald Chambers Bible. You saw it if you saw my review of this Bible a couple months ago that I am really, really into this Bible. I think it's beautifully designed. It's the text of the Christian Standard Bible, but then it has the entirety of My Utmost for His Highest up front here, which is an incredible daily devotional, 365 days from Oswald Chambers. And then scattered throughout the Bible, you have call-outs, quotes, little thoughts from Oswald Chambers' other writings as well throughout this Bible. So if you are a fan of Oswald Chambers, which I am, this is such a great tool for you to spend time in God's Word with also this commentary and these thoughts from Oswald Chambers. And yeah, it just turned out beautifully. The kind of copper accents on the page, the design, the layout, just everything about this Bible to me was a home run. Not enough. It almost made it into my top 5. It's not in the top 5, but it's right there. This is number 6 on my list. Okay, we're into the top 5. I am a huge fan of R.L. Allen Bibles, a very small boutique Bible publisher from the UK. I've reviewed tons of their Bibles over the years, and one of my favorites is called the NIV Proclamation, and they brought the NIV Proclamation back this year. It is better than ever. They upgraded it in almost every single way. It's the same core content. It's the same layout that it's been in the past, but they updated it. They put it on thicker paper. They gave it a new binding. It's just absolutely beautiful. It turned out great. For me, as someone who does love to teach and to preach, the Proclamation Edition is designed for those of us who preach the word, and I think it's just a great resource. It has a few different extra articles and helps for those who preach, but then at the end of the day, it's just a beautiful center column reference NIV text block, and it's absolutely stunning. It turned out fantastic. They usually sell through these kind of Bibles really fast, but as I'm recording this, there are still copies of this available on their website. I'm going to put links to all of these Bibles in the video description, but if you're interested in a big, bad, bold edition of the NIV, you definitely have to check out the NIV Proclamation from R.L. Allen. It is the number 5 Bible on my list this year. All right, my number 4 Bible is the third Bible from Holman Bibles, who produced the CSB as well as a few other translations on the list this year. This is the CSB single column personal size in their brand new marbled calfskin colorways. I was actually able to kind of unveil these new marbled calfskin options earlier this year on my channel. They gave me a sneak peek. So you have right here the slate calfskin and the burgundy calfskin. They've also done a tan calfskin in 2025. They're going to be offering some even more additional colors for the Holman Handcrafted collection. Prior to this, the premium Holman Handcrafted collection Bibles had only been available in black or brown goat skin, but I really think these calfskin options with the raised spine hubs, like everything about them leveled up. So yeah, that's the outside. Very, very cool. And then on the inside, one of my favorite CSB text blocks, a single column, really lovely mid-sized Bible. It's called a personal-sized Bible. I've talked about this all year long. It's called a personal-sized Bible, but it's really a mid-sized Bible. But it has the red accents on the page. They actually tweaked this a little bit with this new edition and gave it a little bit more space in the gutter so that the text got out of the gutter a little bit. It just turned out great. I was going to put all of these new marbled calfskin Bibles from Holman as like my list, but I thought, you know what? This is my favorite by far. I really love this size. I really love the single column layout. And I know so many people who love this Bible, who got a copy of this Bible this year, and it has become their number 1 go-to Bible. The CSB is such a great translation, and the folks at Holman are doing an incredible job with producing really lovely, high-quality Bibles. And so yeah, the CSB single-column, personal size, part of the Holman Handcrafted collection, available in these beautiful marbled calfskin colorways, is the number 4 Bible on my list. For those of you who watch my channel all the time, I bet many of you think that this Bible is number 1 on my list, but it's actually number 3. This is the ESV Heritage in True Tone from Crossway. So this came out earlier this year. I was blown away by how great this Bible is because of how affordable it is. They've had the Bible, the ESV Heritage, in the Heirloom Collection, which is the Crossway super high-end premium editions in goat skin and Wellington leather. It's absolutely fantastic. French paper, really beautiful. But man, this more affordable edition, I ended up giving away 21 of these for my birthday back in October for my birthday giveaway. It's like $50 retail. You can get it almost all the time for about $35, and it's such a killer Bible for that price. The paper is great. The design, very similar to the CSB personal size that I just talked about. Single column, lovely spacing on the page. I just find this Bible personally to be what I talk about all the time on my channel is finding a Bible that's right for you, a Bible that draws you in, that you want to spend time with. This Bible does that for me. I see this Bible and I want to pick it up. When I open it and I start to read, it's just such a joy to read from this Bible. I find it so beautiful and it just draws me in, like I said. And so I think that this Bible turned out fantastic. I was assuming it was going to be number 1 on my list, but then when I started looking through all of the videos that I've done and all of the Bibles that I reviewed this year, there were a couple of more that eked past it for some reasons, which you're about to see. But the ESV Heritage, available in chestnut, that's this color, the brown color, as well as a black True Tone, which is Crossway's synthetic leather option for a very affordable price. These are fantastic Bibles. The number 2 Bible on my list this year is not a new Bible necessarily, but it's a refreshed, literally, it was called the Refreshed Edition. This is the KJV Lion from Humble Lamb. Okay, so it's not a new Bible. Am I cheating by putting this on my list? No, because it did come out in 2024, and I love what it says about Humble Lamb as a Bible publisher. They said, hey, we've got this really successful Bible that a lot of people love called the KJV Lion, but we would like to refresh it. We would like to make some tweaks to it. So they went from standard yap to semi-yap. They added this tooled line around the front of the spine, around the front of the cover and the back of the cover. They put this little lion stamp on the back of it. They offered a secondary option for the 4-edge gilt. They just took one of their best Bibles and they made it even better. For my friend Tim Nichols talks about how innovative Daniel and the team at Humble Lamb are, and I would agree. They're one of the most innovative Bible publishers in the world, and the fact that they're even still trying to make things better and making slight tweaks. We're getting a refreshed NKJV Shepherd. It might be already out. We're getting so many cool Bibles from Humble Lamb, and they're continuing to get better. I think that's really awesome. So the refreshed, updated KJV Lion is the number 2 Bible on my list this year. Okay, before I reveal my number 1 Bible, I want you to think about which one is your favorite Bible of the year. Maybe it's one of the ones that I have already mentioned. Again, all of these will be linked in the video description. If you'd like to get a closer look, you can see my reviews. You can purchase them online. What's your favorite Bible of 2024? Do you have any idea what you think mine is? If you've been watching my channel closely, I talked about it a lot this summer, but I haven't really mentioned it a lot. But it has continued to be one of my favorite Bibles, not just of this year, but of all time. I think it is nearly perfect. And that Bible is the NLT Personal Size Quintel from Schuyler Bibles. Now, all of the PSQs before this were smaller. They were a true personal size Bible. I actually said a few years ago when I was actually writing blog posts on BibleReviewBlog.com that I wished Skylar would make an MSQ, the mid-size Quintel, something between the personal size and the regular size Quintel. That's basically what this is. They're still calling it the PSQ. I explained all of this in the videos that I did. Originally, they sent me signatures, pages from the old, I guess it was the old ESV PSQ and the new ESV PSQ, because they made the ESV edition bigger than what it used to be. They've never made the small NLT version. And I explained why they had to change the size of everything. They actually sent me, one of the people from Skylar sent me a message, hey Beth, and was like, hey, you did a really good job of explaining that in your video. I was like, thank you. I was pretty confident in what I was saying on there. But I just think that this mid-size from Skylar turned out absolutely perfect. I love the size. I love the typesetting of the Quintel. I like this overall look and feel that we're going with here. I just think that it's an absolute home run. I personally like, the reason I put the NLT on my list is because I like the NLT a little bit better than the ESV. That's mainly because of the drop caps that they use. I'm not crazy about the ESV drop caps, but I think the NLT ones are really cool. They're more modern and they match the look and the feel of the NLT as a translation. I think it just all kind of syncs up together. And of course, they've been really creative the last couple of years with these awesome colorways. This is the olive green calfskin. Absolutely love this Bible. So the NLT, I'm calling it the MSQ, the mid-size Quintel, but it's technically called the PSQ, currently available in this size in the NLT and the ESV. I don't know if, many people have asked me this, I don't know if they're going to be overhauling the rest of their Quintel and personal size Quintel lines. I haven't heard that from them yet, but hopefully we'll find out more. Again, stay tuned. Next week, we've got a video coming out where I'm going to talk about upcoming releases, but this looks absolutely fantastic. Skylar, I tell people all the time, if you've never had a premium Bible and you're looking into it, you've got to check out what Skylar has available because they're literally one of the best of the best. So my number 1 Bible this year is the NLT MSQ, aka PSQ. This Bible turned out absolutely fantastic. So there they are, my top 10 Bibles of 2024. Once again, head down to the video description if you'd like to take a closer look of any of these. And before you go, I want to say this. This is my last video of the year. Thank you so much. I know I said this at the beginning, but it's been a fantastic year for the channel, for me personally, with the release of my book, and just it's absolutely a joy to share these Bibles with you. The goal is to help you find a Bible that's right for you, and I get messages from people every single day saying, hey, thanks so much. I really appreciate this, or I love this video you did. I bought that Bible and I'm loving it, and that means the absolute world to me. So thank you for watching. Thank you for subscribing and following along. Thank you to all of you who are my channel members. I truly appreciate you. I've got some fun stuff planned for you next year as well. Thank you to all the Bible publishers who send me these for review so that I can share them with you. Thanks to my friends and my family who are so encouraging to me. I've got to give a huge shout out here at the end of the year to my wife, Becca. She is incredibly gracious with me. I spend a lot of time when I'm not at work at Belmont or at church or working on a book. I spend a lot of time in here talking to a camera about Bibles, and she is very gracious with me and supportive and actually really encourages me to continue going forward and making these videos. So Becca, I love you. I really appreciate you. And yeah, I love all you as well. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you enjoyed this year on YouTube. I will see you in just a few days at the start of 2025. Thank you so much for watching, everybody, from the bottom of my heart. I really mean that. Every time I say it, I mean it. Thank you for watching. I'll see you next time.